What's up, everybody? Paul from PP Sports here. Got to get it off my chest again. I never in my life thought I would be the only person in America to predict something. I just never thought it. On January 19th, I predicted that Shedeur Sanders would be a fifth round draft pick. Again, I don't know how no one saw this but me. That's not really why I'm doing this. You can see all that stuff on my feed on X at PP Sports Talks. Follow me there. It is mind boggling to me that everybody who is a so called analyst is calling this a slide for Shedeur Sanders. He did not slide. Let's make that clear. This was a manufactured hype machine done by his father, by him, by his entourage, by people like Kuiper. Everybody bought into this hype. Number one, and you can see it clear as day, he was not even the best or even in the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the NFL or in college to be considered being that in the NFL. It is very clear as day. It's the hype, guys and gals. It's the hype that just transfixed people's minds. And when he didn't get taken 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, everybody started freaking out. And Mel Kiper, who I've loved for decades, compounded his error by saying that the NFL doesn't know how to draft quarterbacks. Mel, you've been very good for a very long time, and I understand why you defended your position. There's thousands of you now. There's no longer just you. So for you to be that wrong, you had to stand up and defend your position and say that everybody got it wrong and you got it right, and how could that be? But the truth all along has been that Shedeur Sanders is limited talent, even at the college level. He has endless flaws in his game, and then he has endless character flaws. He has been on display for multiple years now, telling us who he is and what his first love in life is. And his first love in life is not football. He's made that clear, and his actions supported that and sent loud and clear messages to the NFL in all of his meetings and all of his videos, everything. So much to the point that after he did not get drafted in the first night on Thursday, he's up on stage and he's rapping and he's flashing chains and stuff. And that's fine. Again, I've been on record many times saying it. You want to go do that stuff, go do that stuff, but you can't do that stuff and be an NFL quarterback. You can be one of 11 on a team, but you can't be in charge of the 11 acting that way. You not only have the team or the 11, yourself included, you have the team, the franchise, you have sometimes you have the fan base. Sometimes you have a city on your shoulders, not to mention the NFL shield. He will not be in the NFL in 3 years. It is not in his character. It is not in his makeup. And in my video on January 19th, I spoke directly to the Cleveland Browns. They went ahead and did it anyways, which is even more mind-boggling to me. Not some other team. The team that I spoke of, stay away from him, they went ahead and drafted him. Not only did they draft him, they compounded things even further. You have Flacco, which is not a long-term solution. He's a stopgap measure. You have Watson, who will be gone. You have Pickett, who's going to compete his ass off for a job. You drafted a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, who I believe is going to be the starter. And then you're going to ask Shedeur Sanders to be the backup to any one of those guys. Let's just say I'm wrong and it's Pickett. Let's say Flacco lights it up. Shedeur Sanders will never accept the clipboard holder role that I said he would be on January 19th. It's not in his makeup. You could look at his videos with Cam Ward. There are two major ones that are viral online. Cam Ward wants to be known as a football player. Shedeur Sanders said, what, you don't have a hobby on Saturdays? This guy doesn't get it. Being an NFL quarterback is 24/7, 365, even if you're already accomplished and established and good. You want to constantly stay above everybody else and continue to be good, great, and the best, right? You would think. He doesn't have that in him. He wants to be the best brand builder, the best reality TV star, the best rapper. And again, that's fine. But you cannot be both. Everyone, please stop saying slide. The NFL did not see him anywhere ahead of 5 because believe me, if they did, they would have taken it. So just real quick here, the Johnny Manziel's, right, doesn't work. That's the quarterback position. Baker Mayfield 1.0. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You can look historically, and guys like Art Schlichter and Jeff George, while he had some of the greatest arm talent that we've ever seen. Jim McMahon was held together by a bunch of people on the 85 Bears that made sure to keep him somewhat in the bumpers and in the rails. There's nobody in Cleveland to do that. He's not going to do that. He's played for his father his entire career. That's all he knows. And I'm not saying that Deion Sanders is not a good coach, but it's all he knows. And he doesn't know how to take any kind of criticism from anybody or constructive criticism. He's going to be told to come off the bench? Are you serious? So what happens if Joe Flacco's the starter, Dylan Gabriel's the number 2, and Shedeur Sanders is number 3? Chase Daniel was online earlier saying Shedeur's got to put his head down and go to work. He didn't even want to work in the draft process to get ready to be drafted because he thought he was entitled and he thought the NFL was going to come to him. He told everybody in a 45-second video, "Do you know who my father is? If you don't want me to come and change the culture of your team, don't draft me." Guess what? They didn't draft you and they're not coming. And you're not going to be a starter and you'll be lucky to be a backup. And you just have to love the game. You see Cam Ward crying? Cam Ward's worked his ass off, and he said, when people say Cam Ward, I want them to think of a football player. What does Shedeur Sanders want to be known for? Ask yourself that question. Have a great day, everybody.